Hello and welcome to Start Anew. We all want to live a healthy lifestyle, but sometimes we may lose the motivation to keep making the efforts. Cancer survivor Naomi Watson will share with us today her experience with motivation and trust. Hello Naomi.
Hello there.
How are you doing?
Yes, very well, thank you.
So, in what do you trust?
Well, I trust in God, and I do believe that God is our healer. And if you see in our wheel, we've got T for trust. Trust in God, tranquility, and that is why it's part of the wheel.
And did you have a special occasion, a special experience actually, where your trust and your motivation through facing cancer was challenged?
I'd like to share an experience with you, because when I was challenged with cancer and I went for my treatment, after the treatment we went to Grand Canyon, and it is such an awesome place. And just looking at the canyon, just standing at the edge of the canyon, you know, you look at the big, huge, vast array, and you see how deep the canyon goes, and you see which is a big river, but from the distance you're looking at, it's such a small river. And I realized in this big universe, you know, the insignificance of me. I'm just a little person over there. And when you think of God and His huge, vast creation, you know, who am I? But I do realize that God loves me, He cares for me, and He created me. And He is also my healer. And that is when, you know, the trusting in God and having faith that God could do that really made a big difference. And recently, when I was on my trip to the Himalayas, again, I got off the plane in Lukla. It's this little village where the plane lands. I walked out of the plane and I saw these majestic mountains. Oh, they were so beautiful. But again, there was just me, just tiny me. You know, and when you look at the awesomeness of the world and how tiny you are, you realize, you know, that you do have a part to play. God still loves you, you know, however small you are. And that trust, only a small trust, you know, gives you the next step in trusting God to do your healing as well.
What a beautiful experience. And what it made me think of is that you actually took some time out from what you were doing to go to the Grand Canyon, to go to the Himalayas, take some time for yourself. Yeah. It's very important.
Very important, yeah, literally. As you said, it's just taking the time out, being in nature, being quiet, you know, actually listening to what God has to say. And nature speaks for itself. And it's just so amazing taking that time out. You know, from the busy schedules that we normally have, we get up in the morning and we're always doing, and just to take that time out and being quiet and peaceful, you know, is a very essential part. To me, it was an essential part of my healing too.
Yes, it's very easy to get lost by this routine and forget about what is this life, what sense we want to give it.
Yeah.
It's also about absorbing positive, right?
Very true.
I feel like that's what you do in your everyday life. You surround yourself with positive only, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very true. Yeah, because by being surrounded by positiveness, you become positive, and it is more easier to be positive. And if you keep, even if you have a few people or one person who is negative in your life, you know, the amount of energy that is taken away from you, you know, because of the negativity, you know, not very good when it comes to healing.
Well, thank you very much. So shall we meet after the break to try some funny and tasty recipes for lunchtime?
Because He lives, all fear is gone. Because I know He holds the future. Because He lives. And then one day I'll cross that river last try. No war with pain. And then as death gives way to victory, I'll see the light of glory, and I know He reigns.
Hello and welcome back to Start Anew. Today, like we said, we're going to talk about some nice ideas to make lunch a little different and a little more original. So Naomi, what do you have for us?
Well, I was thinking we could have, to increase, if you want a quick lunch, a quick snack of a lunch, this would be a great way to have lunch. Isn't it? Look, you've got all the colors.
Yes.
You've got different vegetables in the plate. We've got red and yellow peppers. They're actually quite sweet. And we've got some broccoli, we've got some carrots, carrot sticks, we've got some courgettes, we've got some cucumber.
Cucumbers.
Now,
This is nice, some culitis, but it's nice to add something up to it, right? To make it more.
we made some mint chutney there.
Okay.
And what you can do is just, use these as a dip as well.
Okay.
And you can have that with your sticks.
To
it
give
makes
it a
a little bit
different,
more
taste.
thing. Yeah. And we could make another kind of dip as well. And that would be hummus. You've come across hummus where we take some chickpeas. I've got these from a tin of chickpeas because they're already cooked. But you can soak them overnight and then cook them, and it's just does the same thing. Then we need some tahini, which is basically sesame seeds which have been pressed, and it gets its natural oil from there. So because we don't have tahini, I started off with the sesame seed first in the blender with a little bit of water, and just blended that.
So it becomes like a paste, basically.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I added the chickpeas to it, and then I added a little bit of garlic, some lemon juice, a bit of salt, and it does say if you want, you can add some olive oil. But because I'm trying to cut down on the oils that we're taking in, you don't have to have it. It's all right without the oil as well.
Okay.
And you might need to add some water so that it's easy to blend, and you just blend it. And that's it. You've got another similar thing that you can. Would you like me to put a little bit over there so you can see? There you are. Wow. There we are.
How nice.
So we've got another spread that you can have with the vegetables.
Let's have a try.
That's good?
Yes, I love that. And now that it's homemade, I really taste the difference than the one that we just buy at the markets. Because sometimes we can just buy already made,
Yes.
but this, I guess it's probably much cheaper,
It does work out much cheaper.
and the taste is much more interesting.
And you can vary the taste, depending on what you like. You can add more garlic or lemon juice, depending on how you like it. But you can add things like coriander or red peppers or yellow peppers to it. Again, it's a variation. It's a variation of the same thing. Now, that's not the only way you can use hummus, though. If you want to make sandwiches, it's a great spread. Instead of cheese, you can have hummus as a spread. And sometimes, what I like is just having a little sandwich. Shall I just leave this over here?
Yes.
And where's the spoon? And we take a little bit of the hummus and we just spread it.
So you're basically using lettuce as bread or chapati?
Yes, that's right. And now, isn't that nice? You've got all your salad there.
Why not?
That
Just
was
a-
quick.
Just a roll like that.
Yeah.
And you just grab it.
Yeah.
Do you think I can have this in one bite?
I'm not sure, and I'm not testing. Nice. You can use cabbage leaves for it. You can use just a chapati or pita bread, and you spread the hummus on that, and then you add different kinds of salad. You could add, as sometimes you can do the same thing, but you can add another bean to it, and it gives it. It's more full when you're having it as well. I mean, I don't have any tomatoes in here, but sliced tomatoes are very nice with it as well.
Yeah, that was very tasty. And with the lettuce, it's much lighter than having
That's
the
right.
usual bread and chapati that fills us up.
That's right. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Let us come back right after the break. Welcome back to Start Anew. Today we're doing some nice lunches with Naomi. What do you have for us?
Well, how about having some spaghetti? We're having spaghetti made with courgettes, and it was simple enough. You might have a different equipment to do this, and this is ever so nice and ever so easy, and it's great for kids and adults
Wow.
too.
And it's
So-
much lighter than just regular pasta.
Yeah,
Especially at night,
yes,
having a big dish of pasta may be very heavy for the body and for the sleep as well.
that's right. Now that's my pasta, so what about my sauce on it?
Right.
So for the sauce, all I've done is I've had tomato, a red pepper, some garlic,
Okay.
and some green onion,
Okay.
and I blended it.
Wow.
It's as simple as that. And I thought to myself, now we can just put it all together.
So, oh wow. So with the juices of the tomato,
That's
it gives some
right.
nice liquid.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
You could make different kinds of sauces,
Okay.
but this is a quick and easy one. If you're serious about making a really nice sauce, you could use some sun-dried tomatoes, which you soak for a bit, and then add them to it. It's a much deeper color, and the flavors are a bit stronger as well, because sun-dried tomatoes have a stronger flavor. And just mixing all them together gives you a lovely sauce. So there you are.
This is lovely. I would like to ask you, if I eat this as a lunch and I want some more protein, what could I add to my sauce or?
Well, you could add some nuts to your sauce, or
Like
beans.
cashew nuts or beans?
Yeah, but
Oh.
beans would be a much better option
Okay.
to add to your sauce.
Let's have the right amount of sauce to it. It's really like spaghettis.
Yes, it is. Lovely. So you could adjust it. If you wanted more spicier, got more flavor, then you could add some more garlic. But as I said, the sun-dried tomatoes added lovely flavor to it as well.
So basically, it's just having this base of new veggie pasta, and then you just take some veg, put it in the blender, it makes a sauce.
Yes. So just think of the amount of veg you've had today. Just in one meal, you can quickly increase your veg and enjoy it as well.
What if we would like to eat this warm? We could just eat it up just a little bit
Just very light.
without cooking the veg,
That's
without
right.
losing the nutrients. It would still be a good
Yeah.
raw meal.
Yes. Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
This is lovely. Well, thank you very much, Naomi, for this beautiful recipe.
Lovely. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Today we talked about trust. Trust in divine power. Trust that God is our healer. Trust that we can do things through God's help. You know, sometimes we need to take time out and actually listen to our bodies and listen to what is happening around us. God is our healer. He has created us and He knows what is best for us. For me, in my journey to do with cancer, I trusted that God would be able to see me through this journey. I did follow some simple instructions of following a healthier lifestyle, because I do believe that if we do follow a healthier lifestyle, our bodies are better able to face the consequences of what we're going through. We talked today also about different lunches, giving ideas about including more raw food in your diet. You know what you can do? Add raw food in your breakfast, you can add a little bit of raw food at lunchtime, or you can have them completely raw, something very simple. In the evenings, you could just have salad so that you're not having a heavy meal late at night. Sometimes it's difficult to follow these simple rules because we've got into a habit of doing certain things in a certain way, and that could be years of bad habits. But what we can do is trust that God will help us to make these changes so that we can have a better lifestyle. By us having a good lifestyle, we not only heal ourselves on a regular basis, but we can actually fight certain diseases if that's what if that's the challenge we're having today. I was able to face that challenge and I was able to come through it. And I wish you could make that same decision to be able to trust God to help you through various challenges you're having. Thank you.